Welcome back to Guru Beauty. I am Jody, and today I'm making a video about products that I have changed my mind about. I've been planning to do this actually for a long time, and I recently saw Emily Noel here on YouTube do a collaboration with somebody about products that she'd either changed her mind about in favor of or had changed her mind out of favor of. I think most of the products, all of the products that I have to share with you today are products that either I hadn't tried them yet and I was really dubious about the idea of using them, or I tried them at first, didn't really think they made much of a difference or that I really liked them much at all, and then over time, for some reason or other, I either had my needs changed or I just gave the product another shot and really enjoyed it. I do sometimes change my mind on products, and this video is certainly testimony to that. So if you want to see what products I've changed my mind about, definitely keep on watching, but please do let me know if there are any products for you that you changed your mind about. I would love to hear all about it. Let's start with the La Roche-Posay Cerozinc. Now, the La Roche-Posay Cerozinc is a zinc sulfate solution for cleansing and soothing. This one is specifically designed for oily, acne-prone skin, and I've been really dubious about these kinds of things. You know, the Evian in the spray can and all of the different kinds of spray waters. I think I just thought that this was going to be one of those. I may have gone through my first can without noticing much of a difference, but I revisited the La Roche-Posay Cerozinc, and it was the second time I tried it. There was a bit of a gap between. I actually found that this, when used every day over time, really does help to keep the oils at bay. I will spray it on my face after cleansing day and night. I think it definitely does help oil control, but you do need to use it day and night, from my experience, every day for probably at least a few weeks before you actually do notice. So do revisit or check out the La Roche-Posay Cerozinc if you haven't tried it before. I really enjoy that one. Another face spray that I wasn't sure about when I first tried it was the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. I think it may have changed its name over the years, I'm not sure. Now, I have used the Urban Decay, either the Chill or the All Nighter, a makeup setting spray of some sort, on my face every single day pretty much for the last couple of years. But at first I really wasn't sure about makeup setting sprays, if they made a difference or not. I do notice when I don't use them for one reason or another, maybe I'm on holiday or I forget to use it or I'm just feeling lazy, I do think that these do make a difference. The makeup setting spray, not only does it help to take away that sort of powdery look, but I do think it does help lock everything together and keep it on your face longer in one piece. So I do recommend makeup setting sprays. Love the Urban Decay All Nighter. This one was given to me, but I've certainly spent my own money on that over the years, time and time again. I've got some other face products, but I'm going to move to a foundation. Now, this was one, I think the packaging has changed, and I actually have the updated foundation as well, but the YSL Touche Éclat Le Teint foundation. When I first used it, I found that it was too light in coverage, maybe too dewy, maybe too just not right for my skin. It didn't cover what I wanted it to cover, and I didn't feel like it was suitable for my oily skin. Over time, my skincare routine changed, the oiliness of my skin changed. That changes with hormones and seasons and skincare products that I'm using, definitely. And I became a little bit happier with my skin and went back and revisited the YSL Le Teint foundation. I think it's called, the Touche Éclat Le Teint foundation. And I found that it was actually buildable. I could probably get a medium coverage, whereas I thought that it was a really light coverage. I could build it up to a medium coverage, and I found that, with the right combination of products, it definitely didn't look greasy on my skin. It definitely didn't look too dewy. I was really happy with the way that this made my skin look. So if you've tried a foundation in the past and you've still got it in your collection, things have changed, seasons change, your skin changes, skincare changes, maybe you've got a different primer. Really just a reminder to pull that foundation back out and see if it actually does perform differently on your skin than you'd once thought. So definitely, I do really enjoy the YSL Touche Éclat Le Teint foundation. I don't wear it very often, but it is a really nice one when I do revisit it. I do quite enjoy it. Another face product that I really wasn't sure about when I first tried it, and have since just think of it as an absolutely magical product, is from Guerlain. Now, these are those really expensive meteorites pearls. They make a fabulous Instagram photo when they scatter their beautiful little Guerlain balls all over the beauty product, all over the rest of their beauty products. But these balls are little wonders. It does come in beautiful packaging, it does look lovely, but there is something really special about these balls. You are paying a lot of money for that container of balls, but you swish your brush around in there. Be careful not to flick any out of the container. There's a reason why the container only comes half full, and that's because it's much easier to use to swish your brush around when it is only half full of balls. So they've made the container bigger than it needs to be to contain the balls for a very good reason. These pearls are not just ordinary powder balls. You might still use a setting powder. This is not a setting powder. This is like a finishing powder, and it just adds a magical, smoothing, illuminated look to your face. It's really hard to describe. These have been around for a while now. There's lots of other powders that have come out that, you know, are supposed to do the same thing, but these are still one of my absolute favorite finishing powder products. The Guerlain Meteorite Pearls. 2 thumbs up. I love them. They are magical. Go and check them out. Maybe go to the store and have someone apply them and you know, wear it for the day and have a look in the mirror in different lights and see if you notice a difference. It's beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay, onto the hair now. When I first tried the Klorane dry shampoo, it was the original dry shampoo, and I almost felt like my roots were kind of oilier rather than drier when I used it. There was nothing impressive about it, and I certainly moved on to many other brands after that. But when I tried this one, this is the dry shampoo with nettle for oil control for oily hair. This was absolutely not life-changing, because I don't think any beauty product actually is, but really amazing. This one actually designed for oily hair, just did a fantastic job on my roots. I thoroughly recommend the Klorane dry shampoo with nettle oil control for oily hair. I also really appreciate the natural tint one as well, so don't write off if you've tried, you know, Klorane dry shampoo before. I know many of you absolutely love it, but if you were like me and you've tried the Klorane before, have a look at some of their other sprays, because they're lovely. And I actually don't mind the original dry shampoo anymore. I'll even add that to Day One hair just to add a little bit of extra texture. It's really nice because it doesn't have that white powdery residue like some other dry shampoos do. Really nice product, so I do recommend that. Some other products that I have changed my mind about over time. I've got another powder. I am such a huge advocate of the Hourglass ambient lighting powders, but when I first tried it, I really wasn't sure. I really wasn't sure about the ambient lighting powders, if it made a difference or not. It really took a while before I realized, and I saw it in enough light and I used it with enough products, that I realized that the ambient lighting powders, and usually I would use the one in dim light, really is smoothing, really is gives my skin a radiant look and just makes my skin look beautiful overall. This is the lighting palette that comes with dim light, incandescent light and radiant light, and you can see I'm down to pan on a couple of those. I have some backups of this one. I continue to buy most of the new Hourglass ambient lighting powder palettes that come out, because they really are beautiful. They just have a lovely effect on your skin. I thoroughly recommend the ambient lighting powders from Hourglass. Another one, an oldie but a goodie, the YSL Touche Eclat Radiant Touch. I think when I first bought this, I was expecting it to be a concealer, and I just found that it didn't give me quite enough coverage under my eyes. But this is a really beautiful product, not as a concealer, but from a few different things. I will apply this under my eyes because it does have some illumination to it, but underneath concealer. I'll still put concealer over the top, and underneath concealer this just gives a really lovely illuminated effect. It helps your concealer do the job by reflecting the light from underneath. This is also a really nice touch-up product, so I actually will carry this one around in my handbag, and I really like the way it applies sort of over makeup. I'll tap it still onto my cheekbones for a midday highlight touch-up, on my upper lip, even, you know, on the middle of my lip, just to give my lip a little bit of dimension. And I also really like to apply this in the corners of my eye and under my eye as touch-up. It works beautifully with other products. I would recommend the Touche Eclat Radiant, what's it called? Yeah, Touche Eclat Radiant Touch. Okay, another couple of products to go. They are both from Smashbox and they are both primers. I was really intrigued but skeptical when I first bought them. First of all, the Photo Finish Primer Water. It's silicone free, alcohol free and oil free, and you know, it looks like water. When you shake it, it has a few bubbles at the top, but you know, you're used to things that look like water either being like your MAC Fix Plus, which might be a bit hydrating underneath, but this actually does a really great job. You mist it onto your face underneath your makeup, and it's supposed to hydrate your skin for hours, revitalize your complexion to boost radiance. I think this does really nice things when used as a primer, and so pleasantly surprised. I think I bought this and it was actually sitting for a month or two because I don't know, it took me a while to give it a try. I was that skeptical. And then the other product from Smashbox is another primer. This is their Photo Finish Primer Oil. And you know, I have oily skin. I think I just wanted to try it because it was new, and I've found that using the primer oil actually helps to reduce the amount of oil that my skin produces over the day. The oil itself as a primer does help to give a lovely radiant finish to your makeup for the day, your foundation. You still can powder over the top. My skin certainly doesn't look like an oil slick or too greasy when I use this as a primer. If anything, it's just like a signal to my skin, hey, there's already some oil going on here. You don't need to make any today. So I really enjoy this primer oil. Some really different ideas from Smashbox for primer. They came out, I think, with one of the original primers, and these I think they just do a great job with Smashbox's legacy in the world of primer. Definitely do give those a try if you can pick up a sample or give them a try before you buy. I recommend. And then the final primer that I have is actually from Benefit. I have many tubes and gone through many tubes of this. The Porefessional from Benefit. It's a pro balm to minimize the appearance of pores. I really wasn't sure if it did made a huge difference to me to minimize my pores, but you know, with enough use over the years, I think that it really does make a difference. I really like this primer now, whereas I wasn't so sure the first time I used it. I've tried many, I've rebought many tubes over the years. I really do like the new one that has a bit of an illumination to it as well. The Pearl Porefessional primer is a really nice one, but definitely check that one out or revisit it if it's sitting in your drawer and you're not sure about it. You may just find that it does a lovely job. And then finally, my very final product that I wasn't sure about at first. It's another spray, and I've mentioned it already in this video, the MAC Fix Plus. I think when I very first used it, it was back in the, you know, gosh, how many years ago? Maybe close to 10 years ago. And I was buying it to, you know, help dampen down the powder after I'd powdered down my makeup, just to stop things looking so powdery. But it was when I started using this as part of my skincare, as part of underneath my makeup, as part of, you know, between layers of makeup, that's when I really fell in love with MAC Fix Plus spray. So this does a fabulous job. And by the way, this is one of the latest ones that has a little bit of shimmer in it. This is the Fix Plus Gold Light, but the original is still out there and it's fabulous. If you've tried this over the top of makeup, great, it's lovely, but yeah, it really does lovely things for your skin when used underneath makeup as well as between layers of makeup. I'm probably not needing to convert any of you out there when it comes to MAC Fix Plus, but probably just a general reminder that whatever product you're using out there, I think sometimes we get into a rut. We might get used to using it one way, even though when we buy it, we're aware that it's a multi-purpose product. We kind of might have just one way in mind. Don't forget to have a look at what you've already got in your collection and think about, you know, the other ways that it is recommended that you use that product, and don't forget to give it a try. If you're like me, you don't use all of your products all of the ways that you or that they come recommended, so it's always worth having a little look and just revisiting what's already in your makeup drawer. So that is it from me. I hope that you enjoyed this video. Please do let me know down below if there are any products that took a while for you to warm to, or maybe that you changed your mind about this way or the other way, that you liked and then you didn't. I'd love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching. I hope that you make it a gorgeous day, and don't forget, whether you use any of this stuff or not, you are absolutely beautiful, and it's so important to remember that so much more important than looking beautiful is being it. I will see you again really soon. I hope you have a fabulous day. Bye.
You see